Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? So what I have in for repair today is an Insta 360. I have to order the lens for it, but we're going to go ahead and start the removal process. We also have an iPhone. I think this is a 12 mini. I want to say it's a 12 mini. And then we also have a computer that we have an issue with the keyboard, and we have to fix that issue. One of the keys are uh, not. Let's see. So what's going on is one of the keys are actually not functioning right. So the customer have to constantly like press into the board in order to get it to work. So we're gonna see what we need to do in order to fix that because I've already removed the power button, but I don't think that's all I need to get it right now, and it looks like it needs the power button, or maybe the power button does pop. Okay, so this is I'm gonna keep that. So let's first thing is first. Let me just kind of clear away my desk here so you guys can see what's going on. So if you want to stick with me, let me switch to over the desk so you guys can kind of see what kind of quick clean up. Nothing, no deep getting stuff off the desk that doesn't need to be on the desk. No, more than likely come back on the desk because I'm going to do stuff. But just so you guys can see, what's going on in the start, and we'll bring it in. You guys again, come off the way. Okay. And also, just to let you guys know, I did figure out how to use uh, right here. I did figure out how to use it. So if you guys have any questions, you guys are interested in them. I did realize that there's more. Of course, I knew I wasn't the only one that was doing that, doing these, but I did realize that there's a lot of other channels out there that had these stuff, and they were actually going over how to actually them and so on and so forth. So I went on there and I learned real quick and test my controller, adjusted it and everything like that. It's working great now. It's actually inside, but yes, it does work. All these motors I'm throwing away, don't need them. I'm keeping, I think, a 5 volt DC power supply for like little projects whenever I decide to get back into those. And I'm not going to make this desk empty. I'm just organizing it. Not going to be perfect, but just enough that you guys can see what's going on here. And it's pretty much there. I'm trying to keep it away from like some of the stuff that I have over here. All the stuff you hear me throwing on the ground, yes, that stuff does get thrown away. The pile over it on the ground is actually right now not complete, but it's just most of the stuff's been cleared out. So we're fine with it. That's the nozzle for Oh wow. So that's the nozzle for the tool that I was using yesterday. And I actually left it on overnight. Not good. Okay. And eventually I have a mat over here, the heated mat. Eventually I'm gonna have to clean that one up and put it over here. I know that, but eventually. All the HDMI port I tried on that console not work. Don't need that glue right now. Don't need that. Their disk drive. I think it's from the one that I just apart. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Fine. Oh, actually, I think it's time to dump everything that's on here. So let's do that. This is, I went to a friend or an old associate, say, so with so much anymore. And one of these, and I thought it was a good idea whenever I get some time to myself. It really helps with like a quick cleanup. So this is what you do. An empty box, right? And everything that's on your desk, especially if you get down to the like almost to nothing, but you still have stuff on your desk. You're not sure where you're gonna where you need them or where they should go. Take them all. And dump them in that box. So I just dumped all of that stuff in the box, and I'm just gonna come through here on my desk, and I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna sweep everything off of here to this box, and then later on, if there's anything that I'm missing, I'll come back, and I know where to look for it at. So I didn't throw them away; just kind of sweep them into this box, and then later on find what I need. Because if I dump some stuff, what will happen is in a few days, I'll realize that I dumped something important, and I'll go to look for it, and then I can't find it. With the box, you can always come back to the box. And then within like a week or two, completely throw that box out with everything that's in it. Because by then, if you forgot a customer's part or anything like that, the customer have already called and asked for it or get something. I mean, by then you haven't been wondering where it's at. Then I don't think you're gonna wonder anymore. But that's just my opinion. Doesn't take much time at all. Clear my desk. I almost didn't do this. I would have been nitpicking for a while here, just trying to sort through all the little knickknacks that's on my desk, figuring out what I'm keeping, what I'm not. Yes, doing it this way, I don't really waste much time. I always use these towels too. Those go down first. And that's how I clean up. And I'll do the same thing on the other side over here where you guys can't see. I won't do it right now because, like I said, I want to get to working on these things that I have to fix. So let's dive into it. So here's this laptop. Open it up. Guys, really that. So there's that button. I'm gonna move this camera over. Okay. So this button, not over. So this button, not even a button anymore. And it did feel like the hinge kind of broken. Don't know, but let's go ahead and let's get these screws out, and let's take this back off. I got a little electric screwdriver here. I don't get much use out of it because by the time I do get to use it, it's already dead. It constant. I thought that maybe this thing would work out a lot better than me to out sometimes, but it ended up not working out that way. So it's okay. Sometimes I wish my desk would stay clean like this for a while because what ended up happening is I can zoom this out. Especially for what I'm doing. You don't need to be this then you guys can see the whole laptop. Okay? Like I said, that's not the best camera in the world, but it works for what I'm trying to do. Now, this is the this drive. Like it's still the same as the other one, so no worries there. And then we have one more underneath. Then we'll get a closer look at that button and what's possibly going. Looks like we got all the screws. out. Unscrew it. So, so now we've got that taken off. The power button, look again. I think it's underneath this side of the board, so we have to disconnect all of this stuff here. Get to it. It shouldn't be that bad of a repair. It just all of these things. Power button kind of makes it. That's all it is. But if this was a Mac, I'm sure it's a lot more complicated. Not complain. Probably don't have to disconnect this because it's such a long cable. Could have, um, I would have been trying to avoid taking out those screws. Was I wrong about the placement of that button? That it. Let's look on this other one where the button actually. Okay. So the button is up here. This ribbon cable. Not sure if you guys can see that, but that's where it's. I have to remove. And I'm surprised this one the hinges are not broken. Really, really. Normally the hinges are broken off these things. That's part of the issue. But this one held up really. A lot of these one seems like it's kind of got it started with that. Here it is. So let's see what we have to repair in order to get this working. So this, so the button itself gone. which we could solder a new one on there. I don't think we're going to. If there's the top piece for it and everything like that, we're not going to solder a new button in. We're just going to kind of, we already removed a button from the other one, that button. If I can find where I do it, that's the good thing about that box. Like times like this, if I did throw it away, I go right back to that box and I find it. But I don't think I did because I remember looking at it and for the repair, and I told myself that in order to make sure that I didn't throw it away. Where did I put it is a whole nother story. Put it somewhere in order to protect it from my throwing away behaviors. As I'm grabbing up stuff, I'm just kind of thinking, like, what would I have done with it? Because if not, then we simply take this off, pop a new button on there. I don't know what buttons I have that would work. We can look through our little button kit thing that we have here. Not those buttons. I don't have a button kit, but I thought I did. Otherwise, from that one, I thought I had a second button kit. I was just looking just in case I kind of been looking for parts. Okay, I found it. Once I started going around looking for other stuff, quickly found it. So here is the replacement button from the exact same computer, one that I have sitting around. Pop that screw. Back, back, and I don't think a screw goes. Yeah, there's no screw that goes. Once we start putting the board back in, we'll too. Let's look at the back cover also, kind of line it up and see if that middle one does not get a screw. So we're good there. Back to where we go. Best that I can. Okay. And also, that looks good. But I haven't tested the button yet, so let me put one screw, then kind of quickly test the button and see what's going on with it. Cause it did look like it was kind of falling out, and that pretty much has nothing button, but more like the housing around the button. What it's like right now. Okay, so the button you can press now. Yeah, the button seems a lot better, and I don't think there's I can do about turn the button. But let's try get the button to push out the other side a little bit more. Don't want to over tighten it either because that can also get plastic. So I don't want to over tighten it, but I try. That way, she customer doesn't want it. Trying to force the button to work. The damn button all over again. Can't get it any tighter than that. Anything more than that will damage the plastic. Got all of those. And one screw right there. Okay. And now the back cover. Oh no, we gotta connect up there. All we have left here. Connected that up. Back cover. Like I said, we could do, if I had the button, I would replace it. And now I'm gonna look for that button. Oh yeah, that button is right. I'm gonna look for those buttons because I think I do. Right now, I can't think where. But I mean, from you guys watching my video, how would you guys think I would replace this button with? Hot air gun, or how you guys think I would do it? For a few of you guys have watched me. Go ahead, leave a comment below what you think I would do. Hot air, solder knife. All of these are the same. You don't have to worry about getting them stuff right. Got to take this one back out. And we'll try to power this thing up and see. Power button. So it didn't turn on. So I think it might need some charge. And we have a charger right here. Plug in the charger. Charging light. It's a button. Turn on. Yep, and it's turning on. And everything works great. Great. Okay, so we'll leave this on the charger, making sure that it's charging up, and make sure that it gets a good charge, and then we'll come back to that. So here's this iPhone that we have also, and what happens is iPhone will turn on, and then immediately, if you unplug it, it'll stop charging. So it's going all the way up to 400, and then it just turns on. It doesn't pass 404. It doesn't pass 400 milliamps. The problem, but that means that it's not charging up in order for the battery have any working. Let's see what's going on inside of here. Something that we can fix. This has been, we're definitely throwing that away. Alcohol here. And then what we'll also do, sorry, heat gun. That'll boost up the adhesive. I believe I've worked on this phone before. But since then, you can tell that the screen has been broken. Other things happened to this phone since then. Trying to be careful not to break it. Not sure if I have a screen for it. Yes, I know that it's already broken, but it's something that I let the customer know before I even took. Hey, it's broken. So, but I want to try my best all together. I usually tell them when it's broken, like some customers, you know, because you want to make more money, or sometimes I have to tell them it's not bad. It's just that it's already cracked. Kind of hard trying to keep it all together. Trying to remove screen, especially if it's aftermarket, it's really really hard. At least from my experience, OEMs can sometimes be a little bit easier together. Trying my best to stay away from where the crack is. All the way up right here. I'm gonna have to heat that up. No way around this one. Got it. Okay, it's the original battery, original charging port. Original battery, original. All right. How are we going to begin this one? Because I don't think I have a battery for it. Don't think I have a battery for it. Let's, okay. This is what I'm going to do. First, I want to test the battery. And because that's what I want to test first, I'm going to get the battery out, or at least disconnect it, charge it, and see what happens. I get it. I get the battery to hold. I'm going to say it's a battery issue. I got to replace it. If I don't get the battery to hold, like if the battery holds afterwards, but it's not charging still, then more than likely it's not charging. That's how I'm going to test. Then we can order a battery for it. I don't want to order a battery before I make sure I have to charge the customer for the battery. So we have the screen out. Let's measure the volt on battery. What we get. What the batteries read. And I really can't see it up close, so I have to definitely put the microscope because I just want to make sure that I'm making the right connections here. Points 5, and it's not dropping, it's holding. So the battery is bad. Because it doesn't have enough, or it just doesn't have enough voltage for the phone on. So what we might do, just check polarity on this. The other way around. Positive on this side, negative. Positive. Don't have our power supply on. Okay, we have 5 volts there. I think there was something with charge of like something like that, I think. You ever do this and charge them up? I don't think you can anymore. I think I have like a battery activator slash charger. Let's see where that tool. If I can find it. Yeah, I think we have it right here. 13, 12 minutes. I don't know which one it is. I honestly don't. It's a 12 Type C here, so there are Type C cable. Plug it up. So we're trying to charge this thing up. So I think that's telling me that there's something wrong with the battery, maybe, and we can't activate it. But let's just double check. No, let's just double check the voltage and what we get. Seven. I think it's dropping too fast. I definitely think it's dropping too fast. I'm going to just plug it up to a charger, a regular charger now, and what's going to happen? Get it to charge regular. Still 400 milliamps, 500. It might just be turning on though. If I don't see 1 amp, then it probably needs a battery. Yep. So it doesn't get up to 1 amp. So I think the battery's bad because this would definitely help with that. Trying to activate the battery if it needs to activate. Like sending like voltage to it, trying to get it up there to where it needs to be. But it's still staying. I'm gonna do it one more time. That won't pass. It won't. I don't think it's gonna get. It's gonna charge the way it's supposed to. 500. the amps, which is a really good start. But it's not going to go up from there. Nope. So this thing needs a battery. So we'll go ahead and we'll order a battery for this because that's what it. Yep. So battery. So we'll bundle this up, put it inside here, and order a battery. Because that battery is not doing it. Okay? And then we'll put this off to the side. Okay, let's get into this. The 60X3, and it's this lens right here. I have changed the back lens. Front one, I have not done. But I think it's probably the same, but we have to front cover first, and then replace it, especially on the front. Especially on the front, to remove this off the front, get in there. So yeah, you can see the back has been. Maybe even a buffing wheel. I've seen a few videos with like buffing wheels that people, those seem to work really good. You can see the scratch around. All right, so turn it off. I'm trying to see where I'm gonna start this repair from. Not gonna stop. So am I gonna have to take it apart? I know I can take the back off. So separation back off. And I that we can. What about in the front? Front does not with it. I was hoping that this one was also the other camera. This camera on the back instead of the front because I've never done the one on the front. I did the one on the back before, so kind of familiar with that one. That's why I thought that's what. how am I going to replace that one? I don't know. Zero idea. Once we get these out, I think the whole thing opens up. Maybe that comes out the other side. So let's try. Let's see as far as we can get tonight. We're not gonna go crazy with it, but we're gonna try where we end up if we remove those parts. No, let's cover over this lens because maybe these get scratched very easily. I don't want to take the chance of scratching this other lens and having to. So we'll just put some blue paint or so we'll get. Like that. That camera right there where that other. Now I'm wondering if this lens comes out with this camera. Does it? Find out real quick. Does great. If not, then we. Don't think it affects the mic. I'm not gonna worry about that. So I think the last time I kind of mounted this something and without, and I think the best way to do this, the way I did it the last time, we're just gonna lock away. Put some blue tape over. Yep, so if I'm right, you can see right here. There's adhesive going around the edge. the last time when I realized that I was so deep into the repair already that it was kind of like, don't forget it. I'm gonna continue. But this time, I thought it before. So now we're gonna try our new board holder again. Guess it can close up like that. Like this, kind of fully work our way around. So I'm just gonna heat it and scrape away as much as I can. If that works. If that does work, then okay. If not, then uh, have to find something. Let's find something else, something a little bit more sturdy. Way at that glue. Try it again. All right. So in order to get the rest of this out, we can't use the board holder. It's not going to work out with a board holder. Like I said, I only know about that adhesive because the last time I repaired one, I had the same. I had that, and that's what caused it much harder to because of that. Kind of fills that gap in. If you're replacing one of these, you can buy the whole assembly, including the camera, a little bit more. If you're doing this for yourself, I would say just buy the whole assembly. Because more than likely, you want to get it fixed and not go through this right here. Got rid of most of it. Probably still have some on it. Modules. I don't know what else is there. Because then, yes, after replace. So at this point, I think last time I end up using this and something else. One to hold it and turn it. I'm gonna heat it up a little bit. Because I'm applying so much pressure to it, and I don't want to snap the plastic. All right, so I think we need just some big pliers or something like that to grip it off, because that's not going to work. But that's the start of it, guys. I will continue this video tomorrow, because hey man, you solved the white light. No, Oscar, I didn't solve it, man. I even bought new retimer IC, Oscar, and still nothing. It powers up, goes to the white light and everything like that, but nothing, no video. And I went over as much as I can with it, and then I said, okay, I can't just spend all my time fixing it because then it's not worth it. I'm making it. I end up stopping, Oscar. Why? Did you have a solution? Because if you do, I'd like to hear it. Looking for my other wires that I have. Because I think the last time I worked on it, I think I used it. One and the other one that I used together in order to get it off. I was just about to get off, Oscar. If you can write and let me know if you do have a solution. I don't mind trying it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got to go for the big boy tool. Okay, so what we're going to do is this has to be done in probably like two parts. So one grip here and then the other one gripping on this back side back here. And then we can try to see if we can turn it, twist it, and get it to come apart. Took one of the legs off this. Have the camera on. So this is going to be not the way to that off. Under this side right here, that there is still some. I mean, you could still use it as long as you don't get anything on the aperture. I believe you can put back on. Ouch! Right into my. Uh, yeah, no, Oscar, I did not, man. I tried everything. Like I said, I even reordered the retimer IC. I resoldered new HDMI ports. I bought new HDMI ports. Tried everything. None of it worked. All right, so that's not gonna come off that way, no matter what I try. I don't think. I'm gonna grip it from there and try twisting. Nope, because it's already snapping the back off. So it's already snapping the back off, and there's no way for you to. There's nowhere for you to grip these. Crazy that they would make this like almost unrepairable. Now I'm bleeding. Stab myself. All right, guys. So I tried that. I'm just gonna order the whole module with the camera and then replace it that way, and it will solve this problem. Um, Let me go online and find it, and then I'll let you guys know what. It's not super expensive. But I know from doing some research the last time that I did find the camera for it. But I did say to my friend, why didn't he replace the whole camera? I fixed it for him. I'm going crazy, but you see, I didn't want to cut it off. I know I could have cut it off, but I was trying to avoid cutting it off. I really was. It just looked like when I did it the last time, it just looked so barbaric of cutting it off. And fine, maybe we do have to glue it back on. We have to glue it back on. Okay, all right then. If we do, then let's first cut this off, and then we'll start the process of putting that piece back on the aperture part, and then we can go from there. And then we can test it too. Let's just do that real quick. If you have a grinder, it's a lot easier. But if you don't, then you, the tools that I'm using here just to kind of peel this thing away layer by layer. Like I said, I just trying to avoid making the job look like this. But there is no other way because, as you guys can see, I was trying to do it like a nice, I was screwing it off, but it wasn't going to happen at all. Okay, and that's what it looks like once you start going at it like that. Okay, so now let's get this back on there. And then what we'll do is we could mix up some two-part epoxy. Probably do really good. Yeah, let's mix up some two-part epoxy, and then we'll go from there. And here's the two-part epoxy right here. to be careful with it once you start spreading it. I'm going to only spread a small amount, very, very small amount, get this thing to work. Don't need a lot. Don't need a lot. And I'm just being careful to stay away from the actual lens part. That way I don't get anything in there and then it's gonna go anywhere. And I'm making sure to spread that out. And what I'm also gonna do is get another Q-tip. Just to clean up around it. And now and just like that. And then what we'll do is to help tack it in place for now while it dries, because it takes about 24 hours. It takes 24 hours. So while it's drying, I'm just gonna tack it in place just to make sure that it doesn't go in. So tomorrow when I come back, I should be able to just remove the little bit of hot glue that I put around it. Good to go. But yeah, that's that's what I was trying to avoid is tearing it up like that. Like I said, it doesn't look professional or anything like that, but that's the way that they almost like force you to do it. Because any other way, like the way I try, you see what happens. Like one of these snap off, won't greatly affect it, but actually I can use some two-part epoxy on that to put the leg back on also to make sure. No, it snapped into. Okay, so there we go. They have it back on. Now we just have to let it sit and dry for at least 4 hours. I'm probably going to leave it longer than 24 hours because I have to order the lens, and I'll look into a camera and see where we can get them from. But always, always now, that's the only way I'm going to remove them is by cutting them off. And it's so stupid that's what you have to do. But this is what's happening with the repair business is most companies that are making product, they're making them so that they're unrepairable. And yes, there's a lot of shops that are pushing back against that, but it's for the customer, not only for the business, but for the customer, so that they can enjoy their product long after it's out of warranty. If not, then you're going to keep buying products that just break and fall apart. Oh, I think this computer needs a battery too. Also needs a battery. Yeah, this laptop needs a battery. I would say yes that I have a battery for it. Because the battery for the other one that I took the part off of still be here, I think. Somewhere here. But it's been on the charger for a while, and as soon as I took it off the charger, there's nothing to it. There's no charge to the battery. So I'm gonna say yes, we definitely need a battery. Well, I guess we'll have to look for a battery for it. That's what we'll have to do. And possibly order one. So we have the iPhone mini and or here's a battery. Let's try this one. Let's see what happens. I think this battery's been sitting here for a while though. If this is the battery that from the other one, it's been sitting for a while. So we might have to give this one a little bit of charge too. But that one has been on the charger for about at least 30 minutes and we got nothing from it. So this one, let's see what happens. All right, so this one seems like it is charging the battery. We'll leave this overnight. We'll come back to it and we'll see what happens. So I just want to really, really thank you guys. So I do want to thank you guys, especially you, Oscar. I know I've asked if you, I don't, did I ask if you got a YouTube channel, Oscar? I don't remember if I asked if you have a YouTube channel. If you do have a YouTube channel, Oscar, go ahead, share it in the comment below. And anybody that wants to tune into what you do, I would love to know, ask you some questions about this GPU that I have. It powers on, but soon as it's under stress, it just gives out. As soon as you put it under any stress, the whole computer freezes up, and it doesn't work. So, if you could, just write me or something like that, Oscar. That way we can connect even on WhatsApp. Just let me know. All right, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next.